Why do the greatest minds keep tripping over one question? What asterisk is asterisk woman? Admiration, fear, worship, contempt. The answers change, the panic repeats. From myth to modern theory, the feminine is treated as a force the world must explain. Start with myth. Pandora and Eve are not simple origin stories. They are templates. Pandora's box and Eve's bite make curiosity and desire into engines of catastrophe and knowledge. Woman appears as catalyst. She brings change, and that change is dangerous and irresistible. Plato and Aristotle give us two deep, opposing answers. Plato romanticizes. Men and women are halves seeking completion. Love becomes the path upward. Aristotle turns to biology and hierarchy. Seed, matter, and heat become philosophical arguments. Women become incomplete within a natural taxonomy. One view mystifies, the other ranks, and both shape how societies treat half their people. Christian thought folds those myths into theology. Eve becomes a moral lesson. The danger of desire is reframed as sin. At the same time, women are cast as vessels of grace and domestic virtue. The result is a double bind, essential, morally risky, and easily contained by social roles. The Enlightenment and Romantic periods remix the theme. Rousseau makes women the civilizers, the keepers of feeling and manners. The Romantics place women on impossible pedestals, as idealized muses who pull men toward exaltation and ruin. Idealization breeds longing. Longing breeds melancholy and blame. Then philosophy gets harsher. Schopenhauer calls desire a cosmic trick and presents women as instruments of nature's will. Freud and Jung push the riddle inward. The feminine moves from being external to being the content of men's psyches. Projection, unconscious longing, the anima. Love becomes a mirror reflecting male fear and lack as much as it is a relationship between equals. Nietzsche frames women as tests, forces that either forge the strong or defeat the weak. Simone de Beauvoir dismantles the frame altogether. She shows that woman is not a timeless mystery but a social position, the other created by history and power. That pivot is crucial. It shifts the debate from metaphysical speculation to political construction. Fast forward to our moment. Two large stories clash. One says gender is a social and political architecture, roles, power, rights. The other insists biology and evolved incentives still steer attraction and behavior. One side calls for restructuring institutions and narratives. The other warns that ignoring biological realities is naive. Both speak from ancient templates. Completion versus chaos, reverence versus suspicion. Those templates matter because they map onto male anxieties. Is the feminine a source of meaning that completes a man? Or is she an unpredictable force that must be managed? These are not neutral questions. They determine how men think about love, sex, status, and power. They shape policies, relationships, and private lives. History delivers a practical lesson. Grand claims, whether they come dressed as science, myth, or moral urgency, often recycle old metaphors. Saying women are naturally X or women are only socialized Y are both cultural hypotheses. Each offers insight and blind spots. Each can be weaponized to justify control or to demand liberation. So be blunt. Treat sweeping statements as tools, not truths. Read them as strategies people use to deal with loss, desire, and fear. When a philosopher calls women mysterious, ask whose anxiety that mystery masks. When a movement claims clarity, ask which old story it revives. If you want clarity in relationships, study both the biology and the history of ideas. Learn how stories about women have been used to organize societies and to manage male insecurity. Recognize when you are acting out one of those stories, completion, containment, worship, or war, and ask whether you want to keep playing that role. Philosophy didn't fail women. It failed to stop telling the same story. Knowing the story gives you power. You can stay trapped in a trope that repeats across centuries, or you can see the trope, name it, and choose a different path. The real work is not finding a final answer. It's refusing to let ancient anxieties decide how you live and love. If you want to know more about how philosophers and people of thought have seen women over eras, you can download Women in the Eyes of Philosophy throughout History. Link is on description. Don't forget to subscribe this channel.